Hey everyone, welcome back to Micro Adventures. Ellie and Josiah here at the infamous duck pond. And this is gonna be 15 minutes of core focus. You will need one hand weight. I would say anywhere from like 1 to 5 pounds-ish. Set it up next to your front platform. I think that's the only special setup we have. Let's get this class going. One black spring to start. We're gonna begin in a reverse floor wheelbarrow. So knees on the floor in front of your front platform, hands to your carriage. You're gonna set up your spine, one nice long diagonal line from the crown of your head to your knees. Start to grip your glutes, engage through the waistline, wrapping abs in and around you, and then we'll slowly start to send the arms forward without letting the lower back move or sway or dip. Good, really nice range of motion here. And then in nice and slow, stopping once the hands are beneath the shoulders. Now, to make sure we're not dumping into the wrists right away, let's point our thumbs forward and let's wrap our knuckles towards the floor. So we're taking some of that crinkle out of the wrist line. You should be feeling this move right away up and down your six pack, right in the center of the abs, as well as the lats, right? These muscles that run down the side of your back. Good, we've got 15 seconds to go here. Check in with your breath. Nice big inhales, nice strong exhales. It's gonna be forearms to the carriage next. Toes replace your knees. Meet me in a floor forearm plank in 3, 2, and 1. So forearms on the carriage, toes replace the knees. Let's go, Josiah, up on those toes. From here, really strong move from the core. We're gonna go floor pike. So slowly lift it up, and then slowly lengthen back out into your plank. Nice tempo. Now your knees can be slightly bent the whole time here. We wanna make sure that we don't pike so high that our heels drop and the weight dumps into our legs. And a really nice option if it becomes too much on the toes is to lower your knees and go into a saw. We've got just about 30 seconds left in this forearm pike, and then we are actually going to layer in that saw. So shoulders away from the ears, push down into the elbows, use your core. Check in that the neck stays nice and relaxed. Let's go, hang tough. If all you can do is hold the forearm plank, that's enough. Maybe your pike gets smaller, no big deal. Let's go 10 more seconds in this move. And then we are going to layer in a saw in 3, 2, and 1. Lower your knees down to your front platform. You're gonna go one saw, sliding the carriage out away from you, and then back in. Then tuck your toes to the floor, lift the knees, slowly pike it up. Good, as you lengthen back into your plank, pause, set the knees down with care, then we'll hit one saw. So we're right into this combo, right? We're keeping the tension in the core, but we've lowered the level of intensity by coming down to the knees in between each pike, so it makes it a little more manageable to stay here. Good, and this is a core focus class. So your core is not just your abs, right? It is your entire trunk. So paying attention to the entire trunk of your body here. And a lot of that also has to do with balance. So that's what we're gonna hit next. We've got a spinal balance in about 10 seconds. Knees are gonna stay on your front platform. You're gonna separate your knees about hip width apart, hands to the carriage. Meet me in tabletop for a spinal balance in 4, 3, 2, knees on the front platform, hands to the carriage. Now try to get yourself set up into a tabletop position. Imagine balancing a glass of water on your back. Opposite arm and leg are going to lift up. Slowly lower down. Try to keep your core perfectly still, and that's gonna be really hard. Other side, opposite arm and leg lift. Find some length in your limbs. Pause at the top, strong through the core. Slowly lower it back down. So this is gonna fire in your abs, and we're on this unstable surface, so you are gonna be a bit shaky. If you prefer, you can do this on the floor to find a little bit more stability. But this is also helping to strengthen through our lower back. Good, nice reach, Josiah.
Hell yeah.
All right, friends, we've got just 10 seconds here. I'm gonna take over for you, Josiah. We're gonna get into a reverse super crunch at the front. So we're gonna have a seat on the floor with our feet up on the carriage in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So feet at the front edge of your carriage. Arms reach out in front of heart center, or if you'd like to grab that hand weight you have, we're gonna go ahead and slowly send the carriage back as we hinge back from the hips And then draw the knees in towards the chest. Chest stays lifted as you bring it in. So legs can stay totally stable, but we do want to make sure that we're hinging at our hips. We're not rounding down through the spine. We're really keeping the core engaged. Collarbones are broad, heart space stays lifted. You're basically kind of in a V-sit. And if you want, you can float the toes entirely off the machine here. Range of motion is probably going to be pretty small. We've got just 15 seconds left. You are going to meet me seated on top of your front platform with the hand weight in your left hand. It's going to be your right hip on the front platform, right hand to the carriage. We're going to get into a little mermaid here at the front of the machine. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. So right hip, you're going to have a seat on your front platform. Left knee down to the floor, right hand to the carriage. Line yourself up from the crown of your head through your tailbone. Left arm has that weight up overhead. We're gonna slowly press the carriage out, and you do want your hand near the back edge of the carriage. Pause right here. Your weight is directly over the shoulder. Squeeze the left oblique and reach your hand straight up towards the sky. Don't come up all the way. Right, so we're gonna lower down. Find that pause. Squeeze left oblique and reach the weight straight up towards the sky. Slowly and with control. Now, if you need more support in this move, you're gonna walk your hand in closer to the inside edge of the carriage, and that's gonna provide a little more spring tension to help press you up. Likewise, if you'd like to take off the spring on this one to make it more intense, you can. The other thing we can do here is stay a little bit lower in the move. In 4, we're gonna find our lowest point and hold. In 3, 2, bring it down right here. We're gonna hold. Square your hips and shoulders forward. We're gonna reach it up an inch, sink back down an inch. So think about reaching the left arm up, back down. Squeeze left oblique, lift up, back down. You're here 10 more seconds. Reverse nighthawk. It's gonna be side plank, right forearm down, left arm up towards the sky. Ooh, no, it's gonna be side plank facing the other way. Left forearm down, right arm to the sky. In 3, let's go side plank. In 2, 1. So left forearm to the carriage, left side plank because we're working the left oblique. Perfect. We're gonna float the top leg, float the top arm, take up some space, and then it's thread the needle with the right arm. You're piking through the left side waist and you're bending left knee to meet right. Good, and then we lengthen out and take up space again. Beautiful. Keep going here. Remember that you can always do this one up on the toes if you like. And then where you place your forearm makes a difference. So the back edge of your carriage is going to be more intensity, inside edge of the carriage a little less. So 1 inch in either direction can make a huge difference. Good, let's make sure we're pushing down into the left elbow, lifting left side waist away from the floor the entire time here. Beautiful, nice control here, Josiah. In 4, we're gonna hold our side plank. In 3, 2, 1, hold that side plank. Push down into left forearm, float the arm, float the leg, reach your body up towards the sky. Give me a little pulse up through the left oblique. 10 seconds, it's reverse plank. We're gonna do one of my favorite moves. It's a reverse dancing bear crawl. In 3, meet me in a plank. In 2, and 1, center plank here. So from here, we're gonna swivel our hips to one side. Doesn't matter which. Bend your knees towards one shoulder. Pause once the knees are bent. Step both feet back to the floor. Keep the upper body stable. Step both feet up to your platform. Lengthen back out through center plank. And then rotate the hips the other way. Slowly bend the knees in. Find that stability. Pause. Both feet step to the floor. Both feet step to the platform. Lengthen right back out. So this is our reverse dancing bear crawl. If you prefer, you can do just a reverse dancing bear. You can skip stepping the feet down to the floor. Totally up to you. We've got just 10 seconds to go. We're headed to the back platform next. So it'll be feet under the back platform. You're gonna be seated on the carriage. It's a reverse around the world. In 4, in 3, 2, and 1. Let's take it to the back. So feet are gonna tuck underneath your back platform. Have a seat. Arms lifted, heart lifted. From here, we're just gonna hinge back and open up one arm. Come back up through center. Other side. Come back up through center. Squeeze your glutes. You want to keep this out of your hip flexors and really take up some space. Reach out through the fingertips, really long through the arms. You could also do this with weights in hand if you prefer. But the longer your limbs get, the more you reach them out away from your body, the more your core works to stabilize you. All right, we've got just 15 seconds. We are headed back up front for our mermaid on side 2. This time we are going to be seated on the front platform, left hip on the platform. Grab your hand weight with your right hand. You've got 5, you've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Meet me up front. So left hip seated on the front platform, right knee to the floor, left hand to the carriage, weight is in your right hand. Slowly take it down. Check in that your hips are squared forward, shoulders squared forward. Now push up through the right arm, squeeze right oblique to slowly lift you up. Okay, so remember, your options for more intensity, take off the spring. Okay, for less intensity, walk the hand in a little bit closer to the inside edge of your carriage. And then think about rolling your right hip slightly forward so it stays in line with the left. That way we're working the waistline. What's gonna tend to happen is we're gonna wanna open that right hip back, and that's gonna get a little more into your hip flexor. Pause every time you reach the bottom. Check in that you're squeezing the right oblique to slowly lift yourself up. And then we're stopping before we reach the top of this move, right? We wanna keep the tension in the oblique the whole time. You could also do this with your top leg extended out straight if that's more comfortable. In 4, we'll take it down and hold. In 3, 2, bring it down, hold. Reach it up an inch, sink back down an inch. Up an inch, sink back down an inch. You're doing great. You've got 10 seconds to go here. We're gonna meet in a right reverse side plank, right forearm to the carriage, knees or toes on the front platform. Right forearm to the carriage, knees or toes on the platform, night hawk in 3, 2, and 1. So find that side plank, top arm, top leg are floating. And it's gonna be a thread the needle with the left arm. As we thread the needle slow, we'll bend left knee to tap right, and then open it back up. Okay, so go a little bit slower here. Try to keep your body really steady. And this is full body core, okay? Your entire trunk is working in this move. Keep pushing down through the right forearm. Keep lifting right oblique away from the floor. Great job, friends. So we've got 2 more moves to finish out this 15 minutes of core. I want you breathing deep here, and I want you really slowing things down even further, right? Because the slower we go, the more we get out of these moves. And that's what we're here for, to squeeze every second out of every move and get the most out of it. Good, really nice extension. In 4, we're gonna hold the side plank. In 3, 2, see if you can float the arm, float the leg, push down into the right forearm, lift the hips a little higher, little pulses up. Squeeze the right oblique. You got this, good job. Let's go 10 seconds. Hands to the front platform, toes to the carriage. We're going dancing bear in 3, 2, and 1. So turn around, hands to your front platform, toes to the carriage. We're gonna go into a dancing bear. So swivel the knees towards one shoulder. We'll slowly bend it in. Pause right there. Lift the hips up an inch. Lower them back down, and then send it out through center. Swivel the knees to the other side, slowly bend it in. Good, lift the hips up an inch, back down an inch, slowly send it right back out. This is your second to last exercise. You've got just 25 seconds to go in this move. And then we're gonna get into a little bit of a weight slide. So whatever hand weight you've been using, just kind of spot it. You're gonna want it on the floor in front of your front platform. And you're just gonna meet me in a regular wheelbarrow position. So let's go 10 seconds here. In 4, we'll come down to the knees. Make sure you've got a weight out in front of your front platform. In 3, 2, and 1. So this is gonna be our finisher team. Start in this wheelbarrow position. Your left arm's gonna reach over to the right side and slide the weight over to the left. Steady your hips. Right hand reaches over, slides the weight over to the left. And you are gonna get a little bit of a shift in the body side to side as best you can, stabilize through the obliques, and keep sliding that weight side to side. Option here to come up to the toes and do the same thing. You've got 30 seconds left in your class. Finish this out strong, finish it out how you wanna feel. Side to side, and listen, if this side to side's not working, hold a freaking plank, team. Nice big inhales, nice full exhales. Final 15 seconds of class. Recommit to your core, engage the waistline, try to keep your hips steady, don't let them rock too much side to side. Final 8, 7, 6, 5, stay in it, last 4, 3, 2, 1, child's pose, you are done. Oh. All right, team, let's make our way up to seated, up to standing. 2 deep breaths. Inhale, circle sweep, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Big breath in all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Thank you all so much for being here. If you're on to your next class, get on to the next class. If this is the one you're doing today, take a little time to stretch it out. We'll see you next time.